In a green meadow filled with wildflowers, a small girl, around 6 years old, wears a simple light blue dress. She has long brown hair flowing in the wind. Beside her is her brown horse with a gentle expression, standing nearby. A small white rabbit hops through the grass close to her feet. The meadow is bright with sunlight, under a clear blue sky with scattered clouds. The girl watches the rabbit with curiosity, surrounded by colorful wildflowers. In a wooded area, a small girl, around 6 years old, wearing a light blue dress, sits on her brown horse. The girl's long brown hair falls over her shoulders. The horse has a gentle, reassuring expression. The girl looks into the depths of the forest, searching for her rabbit. Around them, dense trees and fallen leaves cover the ground. The forest has a slightly shadowed, mysterious atmosphere. Sunlight filters through the trees, casting light onto the forest floor. In the depths of the forest, a small girl, around 6 years old, wearing a light blue dress, walks alongside her brown horse as she searches for her rabbit. Her long brown hair cascades over her shoulders. The girl carefully looks down for small tracks left by her rabbit. The forest is dense and shadowy, thick tree trunks, moss hanging from branches, and fallen leaves cover the ground. Sunlight gently filters through the trees, adding a mysterious touch to the forest. By a pond, a small girl, around 6 years old, sits in her light blue dress. The girl's long brown hair sways gently in the breeze. The water of the pond is clear and sparkles in the sunlight. The girl wanders around the pond, searching for her rabbit. Surrounding her are blooming flowers and lush green grass. In the distance, sunlight streams through the trees, casting a warm glow in the area. The girl takes a deep breath, gazing at the reflections in the pond while focusing on the hope of finding her rabbit. In the bushes by a pond, a small girl, around 6 years old, joyfully holds her rabbit in her arms, wearing a light blue dress. The girl's long brown hair flows in the wind. The rabbit is small and white, happily resting in the girl's embrace. In the background, the pond's water sparkles, surrounded by blooming flowers. Next to her, her brown horse stands peacefully, its eyes filled with curiosity. The forest is slightly shadowed, but the sunlight illuminates the area around the pond. The girl, with a big smile on her face, says to her rabbit, "Don't ever get lost again." The girl, filled with joy after finding her rabbit, decided to venture deeper into the forest. Suddenly, she began to hear strange noises coming from between the trees. Her heart raced as she scanned her surroundings. Her horse, sensing the tension, started to whinny nervously. What could it be, she thought. Just then, a group of curious foxes appeared. As the girl contemplated how to protect her rabbit, she noticed the foxes approaching them with interest. Clinging tightly to her horse, she tried to gather her courage. "We need to scare them away," she told herself. The girl decided to jump on her horse and shout the loudest. Her horse joined her and challenged the foxes with a loud neigh. The girl felt braver holding her rabbit in her arms. The foxes stopped suddenly and looked at them for a while. The girl's bravery broke the silence of the forest. The foxes found the girl and her horse scary and decided to retreat. The girl shouted and hugged her rabbit tighter. This experience reminded her how important it was not only to find her rabbit, but also to be brave. The girl continued to wander the forest, filled with happiness after scaring away the foxes. Suddenly, she heard a new sound coming from the trees. Curious, she moved toward the direction of the sound. A small squirrel with sparkling eyes appeared, looking quite inquisitive. The girl said, "Hello." The squirrel came closer, observing her intently. "Did you get lost too?" she asked with a smile. The squirrel tilted its head as if to respond. The girl started to play with the squirrel, jumping around with it while making sure not to forget her rabbit. This new friend became a support for her, helping her feel less alone. As the sun began to set, the girl, along with her rabbit and squirrel, made their way out of the forest. When they reached the edge of the woods, her mother was waiting for her. "Where have you been?" "We were so worried," she said. The girl joyfully responded, showing her rabbit and her new friend the squirrel. "Mom, this is my rabbit and this is my new friend." Her mother smiled and said, "That's wonderful. But it's time to head home now." The girl took her mother's hand, excited about the adventures awaiting her with her rabbit, horse, and new friend. With a big smile, she declared, "This is just the beginning."